Welcome back, I'm Ryan from Bluewood Gaming, and this is one of the mini videos that I'm going to be putting up over the next about week or so of just a lot of different games that I picked up recently because the Steam Summer Sale was at the beginning of this month, and yeah, I picked up quite a few games during that, and so I'm going to be making some kind of review videos, some pseudo-review videos, and pretty much if you want to see more videos on any of them, then just either like or comment or just simply by watching it, that will show me that you guys want some more of whatever game is being shown. And I'm already planning on doing a playthrough of at least 2 of them, but it might be more. So let's get actually to the game that's in the background. This is Furi. If you happen to be a PlayStation Plus member right now, this game is free till the end of the month, I believe. And if you're not a PlayStation Plus member and you get this on some other system or on the PC, then it's going to be $29.99, I think. That's for US dollars. Change it to your regional equivalent. But this game is pretty much just boss rush the game. The difference is most if I can say it correctly, boss rush games are typically they don't last all that long, and the bosses only take a minute or two. This is different because most bosses in this game, which this is the only fighting in the game, is just bosses. And the bosses in this game take 20 minutes plus. The reason why this boss is so short is because this is the tutorial boss. And yeah, he's a little bit easier than the other bosses, and he has less health than the other bosses, and so he takes about half the time. But the rest of them are 20 minutes plus, and just to explain a bit of the UI that you see, up on the top left is my health. The boxes underneath it are my lives. Up on the right is the boss's health, and the boxes underneath his health are the different stages of his fight. Every boss has at least 5 stages. Some of them have more, some of them have quite a few more, and whenever you defeat a boss's stage, you will get all your health back, but if you die during that stage, then you'll go back to the beginning of that stage with full health, and you will lose one of your boxes, as you will see later on in this video. I would make a full playthrough of this game, but with the way that the bosses go, it could be 20 minutes into a boss and then I just die and then have to restart completely. And so, yeah, that's why this isn't a live commentary either, because you really have to concentrate on not dying to the boss, and commentating while doing that is not an easy thing to do. Pretty much, you're seeing all the basics of the game played out here. You're seeing the tutorial tooltips as well. There's a bit of a story. It involves you breaking out of a prison and trying to get back to Earth, which is to freedom. You have to go through 9 of these bosses to get to freedom, and that's the entirety of the story of the game. There's also a person wearing a rabbit mask that's guiding you. I haven't made it to the end of the game, but I'm personally thinking that he's a figment of your imagination. I don't know. We'll see. Then there's also 2 weapons in the game. I'm trying to go off of memory of what all's there. 2 weapons in the game. You have your pistol, which is a pistol. You can shoot out projectiles out of the air that the bosses actually fire. Then you have your sword, which is what you do with your melee combat. And then there's 2 or actually 3 technically different stages that bosses will have. One of them you have to run around and shoot and dodge projectiles or shoot down projectiles. Another one is where you just have to run away and dodge whatever attacks he has. And then another one is when you see a circle on the ground, that's up close combat, and you have to dodge his quick attacks, and you have to parry some other attacks that he has too. Now, you might be saying, well, if you go through the game once and it's only going to take a couple of hours, then is it worth it for the asking price? Well, depending on what difficulty you have it on, it changes pretty much the moveset that the bosses have, and it gives them more health and they deal more damage and whatnot, but it's really the movesets that changes it up. The problem with that is that if you start out on the highest difficulty, then you're only going to be playing through the game once. There is special modes like speedrunner mode and such that you can unlock after beating the game the first time, but that's not really something for me. But if that's something that you would like, then that is there. Then pretty much onto if I like the game or not. I personally, I've gone through 3 of the bosses so far. They've each been pretty varied, actually, so the variance is nice enough. It's not just a bunch of the same people. I'm actually a fan of hard bosses. I know some people don't like it. A bit of more of the casual gamers don't like hard bosses, but I play Dark Souls, so yeah, it's pretty nice. The only thing is there's not some like cheap tactic that you can use if you want to get past a boss really quickly. You actually do have to go through and put up with everything that the boss gives you, so you actually do have to have a bit more skill than just some of the cheap tricks that you can pull off with Dark Souls bosses. I probably won't be making any more videos on this either, because I already said going 20 minutes into a boss fight and dying and having to commentate the whole thing is not gonna be entertaining, because I might die 2, 3, 4 times to a boss like I did to the second one, and yeah, that wouldn't really be that entertaining. So that's pretty much all that I had to say about the game. If you like Boss Rush, then you might like this game. I'd recommend checking out other videos or maybe some playthroughs of it, or though just the generic reviews that most people normally have. If you're a PlayStation Plus member, also there's no real reason why not to check this out, because it's free, and the worst that happens is you don't like it, and then you don't download it, well, you uninstall it from your system. But that's pretty much all that I had to say about it. I'm going to let the rest of this fight play out, just because his final section is quite interesting, and there's a bit more of them that I have to fight. And yeah, that's it for this. Remember, I'm Ryan from Blue Water Gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
I will take you down. gonna take some putting back together when I'm done with you. Come back here. I will take you down. I'm gonna smash you in these. Eat this. You're going back. There is no way you can defeat me. I'm gonna kill you. Eat this. You will be broken. You will go back to yourself.
Bravo! Excellent! What a thrill! Not your first time, right? Anyway, the good news, we're one step closer to freedom. The bad news, there's more out there waiting for us. But don't worry, I know them. I can help. Believe me, what's waiting at the end of all this is so worth the trouble. You and me, we're in the same boat now. Now let's get the hell out of here.